Hello viewers, in today's video you will learn how to use the correct words for time. This is very important because if somebody tells you that this millennium is very important, you will wonder, what does the word millennium mean? It means 1,000 years. If a friend says we are meeting after a decade, then you wonder, what is a decade? It is a period of 10 years. So all these terms which we use for special indication of time is the best way for you to learn correct vocabulary. You can improve your vocabulary, you can improve your expressions if you learn all these things. This video will give you details of all this. Learn correct English words for time. That is what we are going to do today. Watch the video till the end because this video has 3 parts. In the first part, I'm going to tell you of an incident which has mentions of time. Listen to the incident carefully and try to mark those words which indicate time. This you can do it yourself. I will tell you at the end of the incident what are the words we are talking about. Then I have a list of words which tell you about special time frames. And finally, in the last part of the video, I will give you an exercise to do. You can check up whether you have learned what this video has tried to teach you. To test yourselves, to get good marks in the test, these are wonderful ways of learning. There are many videos of tests and answers in this channel. You can go to those videos and watch the test for the beginners, for the mid-level, for the advanced level, and then check the answers after you complete the test. In every video, if it's possible, I'm giving you some exercise or some test. So that is what will happen here. These are the 3 parts, so watch the video completely. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment, share, like, all these things I tell you every time. Let us now talk about what are we going to do here. Learn correct English words for time. First, the incident. Please listen carefully. Centuries ago, there was a university here. Centuries ago, there was a university here. Mark out what is the time word here. It had a clock which showed time in hours and minutes, date, month, and year. It has been a fortnight since we visited the site. So the second sentence was, it had a clock which showed time in hours and minutes, date, month, and year. Now the third sentence is, it has been a fortnight since we visited the site. Site is S-I-T-E, the place, historical place. We stayed in the city nearby for a week. During the weekend, we stayed in the city nearby for a week. During the weekend, the city came alive with many programs. During the weekend, the city came alive with many programs. We were told that the city was planning its platinum jubilee and there was going to be a month-long celebration. We were told that the city was planning its platinum jubilee and there was going to be a month-long celebration. Earlier, during its silver, golden, and diamond jubilee years, the city had organized many cultural events for a couple of days each. Earlier, during its silver, golden, and diamond jubilee celebrations, the city had organized many cultural events for a couple of days. But this time, the leap year, leap is L-E-A-P, gives them an extra day. In another 2.5 decades, when the city marks its centenary, we must come back. It may be one of the best events of this millennium. In another 2.5 decades, when the city celebrates its centenary, we must come back. It may be one of the best events of this millennium. So you can see all this incident has so many words which indicate some duration, some period of time. First word, centuries. Century means 100 years. Centenary means the 100th year. We have two words for 100. Century means 100 years. Centenary means 100th year. The year which after 99, the next year is the centenary. So century, centenary, two different words are used here. Then you have also time. The words are hours. 60 minutes make an hour. 60 seconds make a minute. So minute, hour, then you have date. Date also is time. Today is so-and-so date. Then month, year. A month is made out of days. 30 days or 31 days sometimes. February has only 28 days. And every 4 years, February has 29th day also, 1 day extra. That is called leap year. Leap means to go forward. So 1 more extra day. We have come across the word leap year also here. Fortnight is 2 weeks. Fortnight. 14 days. That is what 2 weeks it implies. Then we, have the word week. Week is 7 days. So fortnight is 2 weeks. A week is 7 days. Then weekend is Saturday, Sunday, usually 2 days, which are holidays. Then we call it as the weekend. Then Platinum Jubilee is 75 years. Platinum Jubilee is 75 years. Month long means 30 days, one stretch 30 days, month long. Hyphenated, that means small dash. Month, small dash, long. Then you have Silver Jubilee, that is 25 years. Golden Jubilee, that is 50 years. Diamond Jubilee, that is 60 years. So these are all the words which are used in the passage. Then you have couple of days. Couple of days means 2 days. Then you have leap year, which I already told you. February has 29 days instead of 28. 2.5 decades, that means 25 years. A decade is 10 years. 2.5 is 25. Centenary is the 100th birthday, 100th year celebration. Millennium is 1,000 years. So 1,000 years is millennium. Now, how do we indicate the centuries? This is the 21st century. The year 2000, 2000 to the 2099, 100 years. We call it the 21st century. So where is the 20th century? 1900 to 1999. That is the 20th century. Then what is the 22nd century? 2100 to 2199. That is the 22nd century, next century. In this way, we can count. Suppose I say 16th century. That means 1700 to 1799. That is the, I'm sorry. That is the 18th century. So we have 16th century is 1500s. 16th, 17th century is 1600s. 21st century is 2000. 19th century is 1800s. 20th century is 1900s. So that you have to remember. I'm sorry I made a mistake. Please correct that mistake. I'm now telling you how it is. It is one ahead. So if you say 1900 to 1999, that is 20th century. Although we are saying 19, we are saying 20th century. Here we are saying 2025, but we are not saying 20th century. We are saying 21st century. That point where I said 18th century, that is not the correct form. So delete that part. I'm not going to re-record the video. I'm going to continue. So now we have, let us see some sentences with each of these. 24 hours makes a day. So he works for 8 hours every day. In this sentence, you have the word hours and you have the word day also. Hours, 60 minutes make an hour. So he worked 8 hours every day. Day is 24 hours. Then you have Saturday and Sunday, you have weekend. I'm showing you with sentences how they are used. We may have a program here during the weekend. We may have a program here during the weekend. That means Saturday, Sunday, there may be a program here. 7 days is 1 week. From Sunday to Saturday, we call it 1 week. Or from Monday to Sunday, we call it 1 week. Please call me and explain your problem after a week. Please call me and explain your problem after a week. That means after 7 days. Then you have 2 weeks, as I told you, is a fortnight. Fortnight, single word. Fortnight. That is 14 nights. That is what it means. We shall be away from home for a fortnight. We shall be away from home for a fortnight. Then 30 days is a month. Some months like January, March, October, December, August, July, all these have 31 days. We used to learn a poem when we were very young, in the nursery classes. 30 days has September, and, all those words were used. So September has 30 days. Then the only month which doesn't have 30 days but has 28 is February. And the other days, other months usually have 30 or 31 days. This course started in the month of July. So I'm talking about our channel. The channel started in month of July 2024. 2024 was last year. Again, I'm using the term year. And July was a month in the year. So month of July. Then you have 12 months make a year. From January to December, we call it as 1 year. The office building will be completed within a year. That means a building is coming up. It will be completed within 12 months. A year has 365 days. Suppose you don't want to measure with months. Then you measure 365 days. Except a year which has 366 days, we call it a leap year. Then we say summer is a season which comes once a year. So 365 days. In 365 days, summer season comes once every year. Once every 4 years, we have a leap year with February having 29 days. Once every 4 years, we have a leap year. Last year was a leap year, 2024. Now it will come again in 2028. All divided by 4 mathematically. So this we call as a leap year. Once every 4 years, we have a leap year, 365 days, where February has 29 days. Then you have 10 years. 10 years is called a decade. Decade. Our class reunion is taking place after 3 decades. That means 30 years. Our class reunion is taking place after 3 decades. That is 30 years. Then you have the word for 25 years. I have already told you, 25 years is silver jubilee. Usually what happens is that you're supposed to gift silver, then you're supposed to gift gold or diamond or platinum. That is how the measurement is made. Of course, nobody does it, but that is how the terms are used. So you say 25 years is silver jubilee. Jubilee is that year, that celebration, that point. So you have, we recently celebrated the silver jubilee of our college. So our college has completed 25 years. We celebrated the silver jubilee of our college. 50 years is golden jubilee. That is completion of 50 years. The golden jubilee year is marked by many different types of programs. Recently, Hyderabad Ramakrishna Mutt had Golden Jubilee celebrations. The conclusion was on 31st of January. So there were many programs for one whole year, Golden Jubilee year, many programs. Finally, the closing ceremony. Then you have 60 years, and that is Diamond Jubilee. During the Diamond Jubilee, many celebrities performed here. So you called musicians, you called actors, you called singers, you called famous people who can speak. Everybody came to participate. And that was a great occasion. That was the Diamond Jubilee. Then you have Platinum Jubilee, and that is 75 years. So you have a sentence. During the Platinum Jubilee of this institution, a new building was added to the hostel. During the Platinum Jubilee of this institution, a new building was added to the hostel. So, to mark this occasion, they built a new building, 75 years. Then 100, as I told you, 100 has two words you have to remember. Century means full 100. 1 to 100 if you count, that is called century. We use it in cricket also. We say that person hit a century. Century means 100 runs. So here, full 100 years we call a century. Some of these monuments appear to be centuries old. These monuments, this fort or this building or this temple or this palace, they seem to be hundreds of years old. And then you have the street was lit up during the centenary celebrations of this town. The streets were lit up during the centenary. Now look at the word, not century. Century is the period of 100 years. Centenary is the 100th year. That is the 1 year where it is 100. That 1 year is called centenary. This difference is very important. Please remember, you have to use this. Now, when you say centenary, then it means that you are celebrating only that 1 year when the town is 100 years old. Not all the 100 years, but only 1 year. That is mentioned. Then millennium, as I told you, M-I-E-N-N-I-U-M. M-I-L-L-E-N-N-I-U-M. Millennium. Millennium is 1,000 years. So from the year 2000, a new millennium started. From the time of 1000 to 1999, that is 1999, that was one millennium. Now this is another millennium. It's a new millennium. So 1,000 years, this millennium will last us. So we can say this millennium started in the year 2000. These are some of the words you have to use. Now, one common mistake which everybody makes is to talk about a particular day, they use the word eve. Suppose you say the eve of the silver jubilee, that means the day before the silver jubilee. Suppose the silver jubilee celebration is on 2nd of March, then you say eve of silver jubilee, it means 1st of March. But many people say, eve of Independence Day, they say, when actually they mean Independence Day. Eve of Republic Day, they say, they mean actually Republic Day. They don't mean the day before. Eve means evening before. Please remember, the eve is that short form. It doesn't mean that day. Therefore, that mistake has to be avoided. Then you say, eve of my birthday. That means if my birthday is today, eve of my birthday is yesterday, not today. Please understand, it is the day before. Eve means the day before. This you have to remember when you are learning how to use words for time. Now I will give you a short exercise. 5 sentences are there where you have to change the time factor into another word which I have shown you just now. I want the report within 7 days. So within 7 days you remove and put a word instead. So what can you say? Think about this. I want the report within, we can't say 7 days. So you will say within a week, because 7 days and week mean exactly the same. So you can write by saying, I want the report within a week. Or you can say, I want the report within 7 days. In this way, we are saying the same thing, meaning is the same, but we are saying it in 2 different ways. That is how you learn to speak the language. You learn varieties of expressions in a single meaning, different forms. That is how you benefit from the language. This city has a history of hundreds of years. This city has a history of hundreds of years. Now remove hundreds of years and say some word which will mean hundreds of years. So you say that this city has a history of centuries. This city has a history of centuries. That is what you have done. So you've said it in 2 different ways. This city has a history of hundreds of years. This city has a history of centuries. Both are equally correct. Both are excellent. Both are 2 different ways of expression. When you want to learn a language, you must be able to say the same thing in 10 different ways. We are learning that in all the videos. Many welfare schemes, 3rd sentence. Many welfare schemes were started to mark 75 years of independence. Many welfare schemes were started to mark 75 years of independence. Now remove 75 years and put something else. So you say, many welfare schemes were started to mark the platinum jubilee of independence. 75 years we don't say, we say platinum jubilee. So you have 2 ways of expression. One is 75 years, the other is platinum jubilee. Now you also have the next sentence, and that is number 4. We returned to this city after 12 months. We returned to this city after 12 months. Don't say return back. That is not correct English. I will soon do a video on mistakes which are very common. Here you have, we returned to the city after some other word I need instead of 12 months. Then we say, we returned to the city after a year. Instead of saying 12 months, we say year. We returned to the city after a year. Or we returned to the city after 12 months. Same meaning, 2 different expressions to help your English become wider. They are throwing a party to mark 25 years of their marriage. They are throwing a party. See, the phrase is collocation, throw a party. Throw doesn't mean like that. Throwing a party is the collocation. I have given you 2 videos on collocation. All of you must watch those videos. They are very, very important videos. So 25 years of their marriage, then what we can say is they are throwing a party to mark their silver wedding anniversary. To mark their silver wedding anniversary. 25 years of their marriage we remove and say silver wedding anniversary or silver marriage anniversary. That also is fine. In this way, you use these words, which are very significant words for you to learn. Because if you are able to express yourself in these ways, instead of saying 10 years or 100 years, instead of saying, 7 days or 12 months, if you can put another word there, then your expressions become that much better. Time is something all of us are using all the time because in human life, time is most precious. They say if you lose money, you can earn it back. But if you lose time, there is no way to get it. There is a famous book called Time Machine, H.G. Wells. But that is only imagination. It's not real. We cannot get into a time machine and go to the past. So a time which is gone is a time which is wasted. Therefore, we need to know how to speak about time, which is so important in our life. I have given you many words to improve your vocabulary. How to use these words, how the words can be used in an incident, all these I have told you. I hope all of you are watching the videos till the end to get the maximum benefit. Please talk about these videos to people who want to learn English. That way, your English improves. And also, the effort I'm putting in gets some viewership. I cannot reach all of you because I don't know all of you, but I would like to help each one of you. Everybody who wants help will get help. Today I got a mail from Ethiopia, somebody, because we had many foreign students in Osmania University. So somebody from Ethiopia sent a mail. Then I said, please share these videos. I would like all of you to do that so that more and more people learn and they don't make mistakes when they are using the language. Thank you and all the best.